Hey, what's going on, guys? Patriot Prime here once again, and as you can tell by my background and this character sitting here on my lap, it is the most wonderful time of the year. It is October, Halloween, and I and my family absolutely love Halloween. I mean, we got cooler temperatures, we got monster movies on TV, we got Halloween specials, the stores are decorated. Well, they're decorated for Christmas now, but you know what I mean. And we cannot wait for Halloween. And one of the things I decided to do for you guys, something a little bit different, is I'm going to review a horror figure. I have in my possession Neca's Ultimate Friday the 13th Part 6 Jason figure. Now, I love Friday the 13th. Not as much the movies as I do the day. I was born July 13th, 1973, which happened to be on a Friday. And for those of you who don't know, my name is Jason. Anyway, Friday the 13th Part 6 is my absolute favorite Friday the 13th movie. This is the first movie where Jason is the undead. This is zombie Jason. This is super strong Jason. Unstoppable Jason. Not to mention, this is just a fun movie and has an awesome soundtrack by my favorite rock and roller, Alice Cooper. Now, I've been debating on getting one of these figures for a long time. I didn't really want to jump down another rabbit hole. I mean, I spend enough money with the Transformers back there, right?
Yeah.
We spend a lot of money on Transformers. But I saw this guy on eBay for a really, really good price, and I jumped all over him. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the box. What do you think of that box?
Yeah, that's cool.
That's pretty cool. The front of the box is a reproduction of the Jason Lives movie poster. Top of the box, you got Friday the 13th, Jason Lives. Side, Jason Lives. Other side. On the back, you've got Jason, the tombstone, him carrying his fence post. It's not a spear, it's actually a piece of a fence, and rotting corpse Jason. I'll let you pause that, read if you want. Kind of gives you a breakdown of part 6. Flipping the box around, it's a great display box because it has a flap that you can open, secured by Velcro. Open this up, and now you can see Jason here on the inside. You've got the figure, the mask, a machete, a survival knife, an extra hand, tombstone, and fence pieces. So, what do you think? That's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, it is.
It is. Now, I personally cannot wait to get this figure open and show him off to you guys. So hold on, I know I got something here somewhere to open this up. I think that'll work. How about you?
Yeah.
Now let's get this figure open and get him in front of the camera. And oh yeah, welcome to Patriot Prime Reviews. Once you get Jason unearthed from his grave, you'll see that this set comes with quite a few accessories. Of course, you get the main Jason Vorhees figure, you get his tombstone, his hockey mask, an extra right fist, 2 pieces to the fence post, a survival knife, and a machete. First off, let's take a look at the accessories that he came with. First up is the tombstone, and this looks really, really good. It looks like it's made out of real rock. I love the details, the texture on it. You got Jason Voorhees etched into the front, just like a real tombstone. Little bit of green right there. That could be grass or moss or who knows. It's a nice little breakup of the collars. It's a nice, solid piece all the way around. Nice crack here on the back. This is a very nice replica of the tombstone that you first see when Tommy Jarvis approaches Jason in his grave. So I really dig that. That's going to look really good displayed beside my figure. Next up is the fence post. Now this is actually in 2 pieces, so you can connect them right here in the middle, and that makes the one long piece. I love the details on this. It's got a nice patina to it. Looks very rusted. This end right here, it actually looks melted, which makes sense. In the movie, Tommy ripped this off of the gate and proceeded to stab Jason with it over and over again, and actually left it stuck in Jason's body when he went to get some gas to light Jason on fire. Lightning struck this pole, in turn reanimating Jason, bringing him back from the dead, so that would make sense that that looks melted. I really dig it. A lot of nice details. The tip, that looks really good too. Now this is my first NECA figure, so I'm not used to seeing details like this on just accessories. This is great. So anyway, there's the fence post. The fact that this comes apart, not only did this work for keeping him in the box, but it'll come into play later for display. Next up is the survival knife, and this looks pretty much like a Rambo knife I had as a kid. Had a little compass on the end. This one, little silver knob there. It's got the saw ridges on top. Very nice looking knife. That actually looks like it could cut you. Very well painted. Handle looks really good. Man, the details on this thing are amazing. So there is the survival knife. Next up is Jason's patented weapon, the machete. Just like the survival knife, this thing is very well painted. It can actually look like it could cut you. My favorite scene from Friday the 13th Part 6 is where Jason gets his machete. It's where he attacks the paintballers. There's the one guy who's chopping through the brush, all pissed off that a woman got him out. And Jason grabbed the machete from him and slung him into a tree, only to realize that he had ripped the guy's arm off. And the way Jason looked at that arm was hilarious. It's like Jason just realized, hey, I have superhuman strength. So that was pretty funny. But there is the machete. It looks really, really good. Attention to detail there on the handle. Wow. Next up is Jason's hockey mask. This is his calling card. This is what he's known for. This looks really good. Now, see how the holes, all the air holes, if you will, are drilled all the way through? The eyes, however, are not. They are solid. You can see from the back here. They are solid and painted black. And that kind of makes sense to me because in the movie, you never saw Jason's eyes. And supposedly, the mask itself had like stretched pantyhose or something over the eyes so you couldn't see in, which really adds to the look of the Part 6 mask. Now, right up here, this is the notch where he was hitting the head with an axe in Part 3. I think that should be a little bit longer and maybe painted a little different to show a little bit better distressing. I mean, from a distance, you really can't see it. Chevron looks nice. The soft plastic used for the straps, that's really cool. You can see the rivets there in the mask and along, I guess, what's supposed to be the leather. That is really, really cool. So there is Jason's mask. Now, let's take a look at the figure. Let me tell you guys, this figure is amazing. Like I said before, I've never owned a NECA figure before. The details on this thing just blow me away. Let's bring him in for a closer look. Taking a look at the head sculpt first, that is amazing. He looks rotted and mummified. Not to mention the attention to details. You've got the cut right here. That's from the machete from Part 4. You've got the gash right here on top of the head. That's from the axe in Part 3. The mummified skin, the veins, the ears, a little bone hanging out there, bone up here on top of the head. That is awesome. Now looking at the shirt, the details on this are amazing. He's got the holes. As you can see, they're punched into the shirt. That's where Tommy hit him with the fence post over and over again. The belt is molded in. That is a U.S. Army pistol belt. Goes all the way around the figure. Now that's molded. It doesn't come off. It's even got the silver rivets in it. That's awesome. This is his dart pouch with the tassels from the darts. The darts don't come out. They're molded in. That looks great. He's got the sheath for the hunting knife. And actually the hunting knife slides right in there. So take the knife. Kind of got to get around the little strap here. Kind of hard to do. There we go. But there's the attention to detail. It's even got the little strap that holds the knife in place. And the whetstone right there. Just like I said, I had one of these knives as a kid. Down here he has his work gloves. Everybody always questioned why Jason wore work gloves in this movie. I guess it's because his hands were all rotted. And Tommy had these work gloves when they were digging him out of the grave. A lot of nice detail on those. If you look at the wrists, there's the zombified wrists that match the color of the skin right there. On the other side, he's got a sheath for the machete, and that should fit in as well. Let's see. Now that's a tight fit. Now something, it is not wanting to go in. I can see it straining right there. Let me see here. Well, I have tried, and I cannot get the machete to go past this point right here. I don't want to force it. I don't want to tear the rubber or plastic or whatever that is. That's very disappointing. But it's not a deal breaker for me because Jason is going to be posed with his machete in hand. It's like they put too much glue here where it's seamed together and it just, they didn't measure it right or whatever. But anyway, I can't get the machete in. So let's move on down even further. His pants, nice molded details on the pants, blood stained. Down here on the bottom, the cuff of the pants, they're very well worn and tattered. That looks so cool. The seam of the pants, that's amazing. Blood stain on them. Figure's really, really good. Now, of course, Jason's not Jason without his signature hockey mask. We'll go ahead and put that on the figure. And there we go. Now, to me, something seems off with this mask. I think it's not round enough. In the movie, the mask was more round. This contours to his face really, really tight and has more of an oval look. But it's not too bad. I really like the blacked in eyes. Get back down on there. Fits over the head really good. A little bit of space up here. Now let's go into the articulation. As you can see, the head swivels. It can look up. It can look down. He can kind of give you that cockeyed face. Arms, complete 360, in and out. He's got an elbow bend. He's got a bicep rotation. Wrists swivel back and forth. And they're on a rotation as well. Now, another thing I want to point out, he does come with an extra right hand with just a smaller hole. And I've noticed with this extra hand, it's designed to use for the pole or the survival knife. I can't get anything in there. It's way too tight. I mean, I'm putting some pressure on it and it will not go in. It was the same thing with the survival knife. Not a deal breaker because this hand can hold the weapons just as well. Oops, his mask fell off. Mask is a little loose. This guy is to be displayed on your shelf, not played with. Anyway, the legs, up, down, knee bend. There's a knee rotation. The feet twist just a little bit, and they can go back and forth slightly, and he has a little bit of an ab crunch. So a lot of nice articulation for this guy. Now, as far as the weaponry, he can do some pretty good poses, which I'll go over right now. Here we have Jason coming in for a kill with the fence post. And this is where the fence post separated into two pieces comes in handy. You slide one section through one hand, one through the other, and then you just attach them together, which gives the illusion of a solid piece, so you can pull off this pose right here. Now here's the classic, I just met Jason in the woods and he's going to kill me pose. This is so funny, I feel like I'm talking in the third person here. He holds his machete very well, slides right into that hand, get some different poses going on. I mean, the posability on this guy is awesome. And lastly, we have Jason wielding his survival knife. Now he can hold it in the upward position like so, or you can turn it around, slide it through the bottom, and now he has it with his Michael Myers impersonation. So there you go. There are some examples of the posability with this Friday the 13th Ultimate figure. And now for some quick size comparisons. Here is Neca's Ultimate Friday the 13th Part 6 Jason Lives figure with Generation 1 Optimus Prime, Star Wars 40th Anniversary Darth Vader Black Series figure, and Revenge of the Fallen Bludgeon. NECA's Friday the 13th Part 6 Jason Lives Ultimate figure is an amazing figure. The amount of details NECA puts into these things is just astounding. I mean, down to the tiniest little detail, such as the rivets on the pistol belt. The accessories are really cool too. The tombstone is a nice touch. The weapons are great. Granted, I'm a little disappointed that the machete won't go into the sheath, but, you know, I think I can live with it. I do wish, instead of giving us this extra hand, which is really not needed, we got an extra accessory, say a severed arm to attach to the accessory, or a heart, because in the opening of Part 6, Jason rips a guy's heart out. And the mask could be a little more round as well, but these are just minor quibbles and stuff I can easily overlook. All in all, this is a fantastic figure, and I highly, highly recommend it for any of you horror fans. Now, Dylan, I told you to wait until I was finished with this. I'm not done yet. Wait a minute. Who? What? You're real? Wait, no!
Some folks have a strange idea of entertainment.